Hello my bookish besties and welcome into another video of vlogmas, or I guess it's called Bookmas, whatever. Anywho, as you probably saw by the title of this video, today we are going to be discussing some bookish gifts that you could give to your friends, your family, your loved ones, everyone. Everyone is included in this, okay? And I know what you're thinking, but there's a lot of videos like this on the internet, and you know what? You're right, but buckle in because we're going to be discussing some things that I think would be fun to receive, not only as a gift but to give someone else. And some of these are things that I don't think you've probably thought of before, at least I hope. But anywho, let's get into the book ideas. The first item I think would be really lovely to gift someone, or to even receive, honestly, is a annotated book. What I mean by this is to read either your favorite book or their favorite book and annotate it. So like, you probably know what annotations are, but just in case you don't, you highlight things that stood out to you, you highlight things, you write little notes in the margins, and you tab it, and you just like write out your personal thoughts of the book. And I think that that is such a good and cool idea, especially if it's a book that they love. Or that you love. Honestly, either way, I think that would be super, super cool. It shows that like you care and you're listening to them, especially if it's a book that they love. If it's a book that you love, I still feel like that is so special though, because it's you sharing a piece of your soul with them, you know? I feel like when you annotate a book, it's usually a book that means something to you and you're writing out things that mean something to you. And I don't know about y'all, but like, for example, if my husband gave me an annotated copy of Red Rising. Wish like he kind of did, because he texted me about one of the characters one time. Anywho, next we have bookmarks. As you can see here, I own like a gazillion bookmarks. It's actually kind of bad, but I say bookmarks because it'd be super easy to make some. This is a Taylor Swift themed one I made last year. You can buy them from small companies. This is one I got from a girl locally at a thrift, or not a thrift, I got it at the Renaissance Fair. I don't know why I'm trying to make it into something it's not. I got it at the Ren Fair. I was gonna say craft fair, but whatever. I have some here from small companies, from Amazon. There's one in here I'm supposed to find and give to one of my guy friends who just started reading. You can find some really cute bookmarks, and if you have a friend like my friend who I just was talking about who recently started reading, they might not own bookmarks. And you know what? It's important to share with people the things you love. So like, I think I'm gonna give my guy friend a bookmark or two because he mentioned that he doesn't have any. Oh, and then there's also this kind. It's like the little hearts. I don't know. I think a bookmark would be like a good stocking stuffer, or like if you give them the, what are those things called? We literally just talked about them. Oh, the annotated book? And then you just like stick a bookmark in there? Like, look, this is one some girl sewed. Oh no. Can't find the bookmark I was gonna give my bestie pal. I just talked about him in a video couple videos ago. One of my coworkers started reading for the first time in a while, and he said he was using a receipt as a bookmark. And I said, my guy, I will give you a bookmark or two. So yeah, literally all I'm trying to say is give your friends bookmarks. It is fun. It is customizable. Okay, well, another thing you could give your friends, if they're anything like me, is a container to hold their gazillion bookmarks, because, oh my god. Okay, my next idea. This, again, falls into that category of, like, little items that you could give someone, maybe in, like, a stocking, or, like, get a bunch of these cheaper items together into a basket of sorts. But this is a reading light. You know, just turn it on, and it clips to your book. And I asked for this a couple years ago when I first started reading so that I could read at night. And I genuinely think that any of your reader friends that don't own one of these would really love one, because it changes the game. Next, I have a blanket, and I know what you're thinking. Well, yeah, everyone recommends a blanket. Okay, listen, blankets are essential to the reading process, okay? They are important. And you know what? I have some fun blanket ideas for you. My number one reading blanket is a burrito blanket. Like, it's a giant tortilla, and I love reading with that thing. And you know what? I bet all your friends, families, loved ones, whoever would also love a tortilla blanket. Or the blanket I personally asked for Christmas this year is one by this company called Minky Couture. If you search, you can usually find discount codes to get them a little bit cheaper. I just look up like Minky Couture on TikTok and I find a gazillion codes. But anywho, moral of the story is they are the softest, cuddliest blankets in the whole world, and I'm really praying that my husband actually gets me one this year. They are expensive, but I have a friend who owns one, and every time she visits, she brings it, and every time she visits, all I can think about is how much I wish that that was my blanket. They are just so fluffy and big and comfy and cozy and just, I want one really bad. And I think it'd be worth the investment for the loved ones in your life. That being said, if you don't want to spend like $200 on a blanket, the tortilla is only like $25, so. But also, you can just find bookish adjacent blankets. Or just any blanket, honestly. Who doesn't love a blanket? Yeah. This next one, I had to look really closely at my list because I could not tell what I was talking about. But I said chair back pillow. And it's those pillows that are like, and it has two arms. And you just sit in it. And it's really comfy and you can read. I'll insert a picture. But I think one of those would be really nice. Again, those are one of my essential reading items. I love reading with my little chair back pillow. It's so comfy. You just like, Yeah, I do feel like that's one of those items that most people probably own because I feel like they're like a college essential, and if you didn't get rid of it after college, you probably still own it. But if your friend, family, loved one, whoever doesn't still own it, buy one. Cheers to that. Okay, these next two go together. Again, let me grab my props. I'm gonna just set that right there. Gotta find my props. There she is. I'm sure that you guys have probably seen these before. Nothing new, but I am here to advocate for the clicker and the Kindle arm, okay? It's like a claw that just attaches to tables or to chairs or to bedside tables, more tables, like just a surface, and clamp it on, and then you can sit here with your page turner that you attach to your Kindle and just bam, 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 onto the next page. And you know what? This thing is a lazy bookish girl's dream, or guys. It's a lazy person's dream, okay? And it is so easy. You just plug it in with USB-C again, and you just, and there are so many times that I'm reading in bed, and I think I'd read more if I just, but I keep them in my travel book bag, so I don't use it as much as I probably could, but you know, I have it when I'm traveling, at least. Next, we have Jellycats. Specifically, there are some bookish themed Jellycats I think you could get. Like, I, up there on top of my bookshelf, have 2 dragons. What's more bookish than a dragon? I don't know, but I'm sure you could think of stuff. Something that's fun about Jellycats, or just like little bookshelf trinkets in general, is you can customize it to your person. So like, I have the dragons because some of my favorite books all include dragons, and I'm really big into fantasy, but like, I don't know. Looking at my shelf, say an example is Once Upon a Broken Heart. You could find a little fox themed Jellycat or trinket item, and I know your reader would love that. Or like, ooh, another good example. My favorite book series is Red Rising, right? They are releasing a new space-themed Jellycat line. You best believe those are going on my wish list. Because, what do you mean? I could just like have a little Mars Jellycat plushie next to Darrow. Or Better yet, the little bunny that's like galaxy themed. Yeah. And if you're a person you think doesn't like stuffed animals or little trinkets, wrong, because everybody loves them. Okay, next suggestion plays along the same lines of, you could buy, say, I already forgot what the items were. Like the light, and then there was another small item. Oh, bookmarks, duh. You could get a bookmark and a reading light and some bookish stickers and some bookish can you see my bookish postcards? Yeah, you can. Some bookish postcards. You could put all of that into a little bundle, a little bookish event thing. Yeah. Bookish stickers, though, to go back to the original post of this idea. What? The original idea of this section? I don't know. People, this one's so cute. People love decorating their Kindle, their computer, their life with little bookish themed stickers. And they don't even have to be bookish themed. Like this one is technically a sticker themed off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It says, "Don't speak Latin to the books." Hilarious. But the moral of the story is, people like stickers. They'll find a use for them. Mine are all in a bag because I like to switch out my, that one's cutie. Ooh, I haven't looked through these in a while. I like to switch out my Kindle stickers pretty regularly, but this one's funny. It says, "Plot twist, I bought more books." Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is, buy your friends some bookish stickers. You can get these on Etsy for pretty good prices. You can find them at local craft fairs. You can get them on Redbubble. That's where like my Latin book is. Or like this one. Sorry, I was reading this as a Redbubble sticker. I buy them and then I just cut around the sheet. So like they come in a big sheet. Actually, I have a sheet. Hold on. So when you order on Redbubble, they come on like strips like this. And I just cut around them so that they are sticker sized. And then I can use these stickers in my Kindle or on my computer or whatever. But I have, if you couldn't tell, sticker anxiety to where I don't want to use them. So I like to do this so that like it still has the kind of solid back so that I can use it later. But then part 2, to go back, buy your friends postcards or like little art prints of their favorite books. Because I don't know about y'all, but I love decorating with stuff like this, if you couldn't tell. Okay, this next one might be hard to do. It's only if you know your person really, really well, but bookish trinkets and merch. And what I mean by that is like my troll, for example. Come here, buddy. This is a Brandon Sanderson merch item. Say your friend is a big reader and they don't, well, okay, first you have to know if they like trinkets. But again, who doesn't like a trinket? I love a trinket. So like, if one of my friends brought me a troll, are you kidding me? This would be unbelievable. Actually, I have a real life example. One moment. Okay, I brought back some of my bookish trinkets. The example I was originally coming to show y'all. Last year for Christmas, in fact, the guy friend I was talking about earlier who I said I was going to give him a bookmark, he got me a pin of a character from Brandon Sanderson because I talked to him about how much I like Brandon Sanderson, and I think that's so cool. So this definitely falls under the category of relatively fairly priced bookish merch items you could get a person. He knew I liked these. Or, well, he got me this one. I then acquired this one for myself. But moral of the story is, he knew I liked this author. So he got me some of his merch. And now it sits on my bookshelf. And I think that's so cool. And then another example, I have this 3D printed Reaper, his sling blade. This was pretty good price off Etsy. Can you see that? Don't know. Hope you can. I'm gonna put this up here because I really don't want it to break. And then this is just like a ducky with a book. We got, this one could technically work double. There's something in here. That's weird. Did I put something in here? Oh, it's a silica packet. Anywho. This is a gift card holder from Barnes & Noble. But look, it's cute. So like I put this near my Emily Henry books because it kind of fits the vibes. It's like traveling and stuff. But yeah, so you could get your friend a gift card, put it in there, and then if they're like me and keep everything they've ever had in their life ever, they can reuse this for their bookshelf. And then here's another example. This little dragon guy, he's cutie. He was like $10 at Barnes & Noble or somewhere like that. But again, he falls under the category of bookshelf merch, decor items. Okay, this next one is once again a really specific, you have to know your person really well suggestion. But a special edition of their favorite book? That'd be really cool. And I think it would mean a lot to them, especially if they're the kind of person that like isn't necessarily going to splurge on the nice thing for themselves, you know what I mean? So like on the floor down here, you can't see it, but I can. I have my old copy of ACOTAR, but my friend had won in a giveaway a special edition of ACOTAR, the boxed set and the hardcovers, and they're super gorgeous. And she gifted them to me because she knew that series meant a lot to me, and she didn't really want them. Like, she's not a huge fantasy reader, but still, she thought of me. And that is so cool, and every time I look at them, I not only think of my friends, but I think about how much that series means to me. I don't know. This wasn't a gift, but like I have a bedazzled fourth wing that my friend and I did together. There you go. That's an idea. You could get them these stuff to bedazzle their favorite book, and then y'all have a little craft night. Oh, that'd be perfect. But anywho, what I was saying is, when I look at that, I'm like, my friend and I did that together. You know what I mean? But again, you have to know your person really well. Like, you have to get them a special edition of a book that they actually love and care about. But two, you'd have to know that they don't already have it, which could be tricky. But I believe in you guys. Okay, these next couple are kind of just like generic self-care. Could be doing these items while you're reading items. Did that make sense? No. But what I mean is, so like, do I even have any in here? I thought I did. Anywho, on Amazon you can buy these like eye masks that are steamed. They like get hot. It's like those hand warmer things that you use in the winter. You know what I'm talking about? It's like those, but for your eyes. And I love using one of those after a long day of reading. It is so nice and relaxing. And then kind of in the same category as that is a face mask. Again, you kind of have to know your person though, because one, are they going to use a face mask? Two, is it something like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's ample opportunity here for this to go wrong, only because people's skin can be sensitive. But oh well, I don't know really what to tell you. I'm thinking of stuff that I would enjoy to receive. Yeah, to be honest. But I do think that there is opportunity to still personalize this. You could get just like a cheaper face mask that's still good. Maybe get a brand that they know and trust and use, etc. Or just ask them, say, hey, do you ever use one of those sheet masks or whatever? I personally really like the Neutrogena hydrogel ones. They're like a slippy silicone and you just lay it on. And it's 2 pieces, so you can fully customize it to the shape of your face. And you just, yeah, it is so, so lovely. My next suggestion falls kind of in the same category as blanket, as in you can never own too many. And that is a candle. And I know what you're thinking. Man, picking out a scent for somebody else is so hard. And you're right, it really is. But you can do fun themed candles. So like I have a candle sitting right over there. It just says reading light on it. I've never lit it. I use it as decor. I think it's really fun. Or like this one, is it even in frame? It's not. There's a candle sitting right next to me that's lavender and pine scented, and I like it because it reminds me of Throne of Glass. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just opportunities to still make this customizable and special for your person, even if you don't know the kind of scents they like. That being said, I do feel like you can kind of get a sense for the kind of scents they like. That was a pun that I didn't intend to necessarily do. But anywho, what I'm trying to say is I do feel like there's ways to do this successfully, and you know what? It's still special and thought of no matter what. Okay, this next one, this falls under the category of these are kind of expensive, but it could be a really good main gift for somebody. In fact, I got one of these last year for my sister-in-law, and that would be a Book of the Month subscription or a Barnes & Noble membership. Both of them run about, so I got my sister-in-law the 6 months Book of the Month subscription, and I think it was $100, maybe less. I would have to do some research, to be honest, that I haven't done clearly. But I think I paid about $100, but it was like her main gift, and she used it, she loved it, it got her signed up for the membership. Or the Barnes & Noble membership, I think, is $40 a year. Again, I don't really remember, but that one's cool because it does come with some stuff, so like you could get them the free tote bag. Speaking of, tote bags are really good gifts as well. Readers love a tote bag. I have one literally sitting right in front of me that's going to a friend soon, actually. But anywho, back to the Barnes & Noble membership. It gets some stuff like free shipping, it gets you a slight discount on future purchases, and it gets you the tote bag and some other little things here and there. So I do think that for your really avid readers that don't already have a membership, helping them invest in a membership, or if they do already have a membership, you could even offer just to pay for their next year, would be really thoughtful. I personally invested in a Barnes & Noble membership earlier this year, and I love it so far, and I do think that most readers would also love it. These next couple kind of go hand in hand once again, and that would be coloring or crafting supplies or annotating supplies. So like just different markers, pens, tabs, highlighters, coloring books, etc. I have a little hole punch over there actually that rounds out my corners. I love that a lot, especially if the bookish person you are shopping for maybe has a book journal or something like that that they like to do, or if they make their own bookmarks, to go back to earlier, that would be really good for somebody. I have some bookish themed coloring books sitting right in front of me, and I love to color in them. They are such a good audiobook activity, and I really think that the reader in your life would really appreciate and love one of those. This next one, once again, could be kind of hard because you have to know the person and kind of know their style and their sizing, but who doesn't love some bookish merch? There's so many good like shops on Etsy and just small businesses in general, if you really do your research, that sell cool bookish jewelry, cool bookish shirts. Like this one, my Merry Bookmas shirt, guys. I got this at a craft fair recently and I love it. But anyhow, if you know a series or book that your reader really, really loves, I think they would really, really love a bookish themed clothing item. You can go generic like this one, Merry Bookmas, or you can gear it towards their favorite series. Something that would kind of be safer with this one is maybe sending them some options saying, hey, I plan to get you this item. Let me know of these, 5, which your rankings are, or whatever. However you want to approach it, I think no matter what, though, your reader will be super thankful that you thought of them and got them something for them to express their, I don't know what you would call it, readerism, I guess. Express their bookish self to the world. But anyhow, and then these last two are kind of bigger, more expensive items, but they are 2 items that I do think most readers in your life would use and appreciate regularly, and that would be a Kindle and a nice pair of headphones. These are the Bose. They are the, I can't remember the model, but they're noise canceling, and I love them. I love to throw them on, like when I travel, when I drive around town sometimes, when I'm at home doing chores, cleaning, cooking, etc. I love to throw these on and listen to an audiobook, and then a Kindle, duh. This one, again, falls in that category of you have to know if your reader owns one of these or not, and if it's even something they would be interested in. But I do think that it could be life-changing. I'm throwing this in here because this was a gift I received a couple years ago and I'm so thankful for it. Along the same lines, you could get them an Amazon gift card specifically to support their Kindle purchases. There's also other companies if you're trying to stay away from Amazon, such as Kobo and I believe another one. But anywho, the moral of the story is I do think e-readers are such a life-changing item that you could get someone. Same with audiobooks or headphones to go with them. Again, if they already own these, I do think a really thoughtful gift as well would be items to help them get credits for that. So, you know, Amazon gift card, Kobo gift card, is that a thing? I don't know, but I'm sure it is. Just something to where they can put more items on their device. But anywho, thank you guys so much again for watching today's video. Be sure to check out the rest of my Bookmas videos. We have so many fun and exciting things planned for the rest of this season. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out the backlog of the Bookmas videos and let me know down in the comments below what are some bookish items or just items in general that you are hoping to gift or receive this Christmas. I would love to know, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.